Hey, good morning guys. Chris here. Today I'm shooting the 2018 Subaru WRX STI for Auto Week magazine. And I wanted to give you kind of a little bit of a behind the scenes look into what the car is like to drive. We're out here, kind of out in the dragon's tail of Michigan, so to speak. So we've got some pretty decent driving roads around. We'll see how traffic is, but we should be able to have a pretty nice drive in this today. Some few updates on the new STI, new rear fascia, wheels, and those bright, highlighter yellow Brembo 6-pot brake calipers. They look pretty good on a black car like this. And of course we've got some updates to the front end with, I'm sure, aerodynamics and aesthetics in mind. This is Wesley. He's writing the article on this car.
Hey, nice to see you, Chris.
Good to have you in the video today.
Hello, YouTube.
Hey. So I've spent a decent amount of time in the 2016, 2017 STIs. I don't really expect there to be too much of a difference in this one, honestly. You said the brakes feel pretty similar.
Yeah, I didn't have a problem with the pre-refresh Subaru WRX STI stopping or anything. I think the 4-pot calipers worked great. But
in my experience, they seem to hold up pretty well on track, but you can never have too much brake.
You can never have too much brake.
That's one thing.
That's what I talked to some Subaru spokespeople about.
Yeah.
But I think the big difference between this and the pre-refresh is the new center diff.
Oh yeah, that's right. We should probably let's mess around with that a little bit. Let's do minus for a little bit of rotation there. Still a little bit of turbo lag. They haven't changed a whole lot engine-wise.
No, it's the exact same.
Yeah.
I will say I think the turbo lag is part of the fun of owning an STI.
Oh yeah, it kind of adds to the whole experience and drama. Yeah, I mean, it's such a capable platform. The brakes do feel good.
Oh, for sure.
There's a lot of, it's very stiff, very high up in the pedal. Yeah, no complaints. I mean, they feel nice. I'm sure they've got just a little bit more track performance than before. You're right though, there isn't really anybody home under 3,500 RPM.
Yeah, it's when you get to about $4,000, it's really when this STI takes off.
Soft rev limiter there. Pedals are really well placed for heel and toe. That's one nice thing I like about this car.
I mean, everything is placed really well.
Yeah, ergonomically it's great. Driving position it's maybe a little bit, I'd like a little bit lower of a position. I feel kind of like I'm sitting on top of the car a little bit, but
yeah,
it's not too bad.
Lower H point.
That's right. Still about 5 inches and 4 inches above my head, plenty of room to fit a helmet. And that way when you go off jumps, you can get a little bit of seat time.
Yeah.
You've got some leeway, you're not bumping your head on the roof. This is a pretty bumpy road. Ride quality's, I don't know if it's as stiff as I remember. I'm not sure if they've actually tweaked suspension spring rates or anything. It could just be my imagination, but ride quality feels pretty good.
Yeah, I don't know if they changed any of the dampers or the springs, but
is. Let's find a spot. We'll turn around and... This Jeep is booking it.
It is hustling.
Yeah. It's not interfering in the video quality one bit. Probably a local. I always love going down south to like Kentucky, and you'll get like an 80s Ford pickup truck that's like, you think you're going really fast, and then this 80s Ford pickup truck comes behind you and like is tailgating you, and it's like, oh man,
Yeah.
I thought I was going 10/10 in my Miata.
One hand on the wheel.
That's right.
The other hand on just holding a cigarette.
That's right. Oh yes. You know, I mean, this car's been around for so long now that everyone's pretty much said everything they have to say about it. I think, you know, the Subaru is just kind of, they're not quite ready to refresh it yet, so they did a little bit of a brake upgrade. I mean, honestly, it feels exactly the same as the 2016, 2017 STI to me.
Which isn't a bad thing.
No, it's fine. I mean, and I'm sure they've maybe refined a few little things here and there, but ultimately the driving experience is quite similar, and it's very good. You know, I'm a fan of the new looks.
Yeah.
I think it looks great, especially I'm kind of a fan of this black too. It has a little bit of a flake in it, and it's nice.
It's more like a charcoal mica,
Yeah.
or something like that.
That sounds about right.
But I mean, with its true competitor dead, and
Yeah.
the Mitsubishi Lancer Evo.
No, I mean, now this is kind of going head to head against the Focus RS and the Golf R. And, I mean, if you want an STI, you're going to get an STI, but ultimately, I don't know how well it stacks up against those two. The Focus RS is really good.
I prefer the Focus RS to the STI, but I don't know, the Golf R doesn't feel as much of a driver's car as an STI.
No, it's definitely a little bit more of a luxury hatch that's kind of also really, really fast.
It is quick, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess they all kind of have their own each unique places in the marketplace these days. And with the Evo gone, this doesn't necessarily have a direct rival.
Yeah.
I don't know, I think as a daily driver, I may prefer this car just because there's so much room in it. The rear seats have like, oh my gosh, I mean, it's like it's almost between mid and full size back there.
It is spacious, yeah.
And the ride quality is better than the Focus RS, in my opinion. I think the Focus is a little bit stiff, but I've only driven it on track.
Yeah.
And I did a brief street drive that was on a very, very bumpy road. And I wasn't a fan. I had to leave it in like comfort the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
But that's always, you know, you can always address that with the aftermarket.
Yeah.
That's not a problem.
I would feel really bad taking out those super expensive dampers to put coilovers on, though.
I know.
Cringe a little bit.
Yeah.
But people do it.
Yeah, that's true. I think once those super sensitive dampers start to go bad and people realize what the bill is going to cost, they'll swap it out.
For sure.
So I'm just going to put a little bit of distance between me and this truck up ahead here. It sounds good.
It sounds really good. I mean, the two best parts of the STI are the sound and the massive wing on the deck lip.
Oh yeah, that's it. You nailed it. It's just the STI's nature. one thing I will say is this car is so confidence-inspiring. I like that they still have hydraulic steering in this. You saw we just kind of went over that bump and it kicked the wheel to the side. Like, you have pretty good steering feel.
Yeah. An honest steering feel.
Yeah, it's I mean, it's not tons of, it's not, you know, giving you a ton of information, but it's enough, and you feel very confident hucking it into some corners. And I bet, you know, you put this on a gravel road or on some slippery ice or snow, and you'll really be able to hear or feel the differences in the new differentials and stuff. So. Are we in like a sport mode right now?
You are now.
I am now, okay.
You have to push down to get to the base level.
Oh, to the base level, okay. One complaint I do kind of have about the sport versus the normal versus the sport sharp is I don't really know if it does much besides just changing the throttle mapping.
I think it just mostly does.
And
input.
Yeah, and it'll even show you this curve on the display where it basically just gives you less throttle resolution, which I don't think is necessarily a good thing in a performance driving situation. Maybe it feels sportier because it's giving you more power higher up on the throttle, but to me that just kind of seems like a consumer cop-out for people who don't really like, oh, my car's faster because I don't have to press the accelerator down as much.
Yeah. That's kind of the nature of the beast when you still have hydraulic steering and
yeah, that's true.
no high-tech dampers or anything.
Yeah, there isn't a whole lot you can do beyond that.
And it keeps the car more honest.
Yeah, I think overall, I mean, that's probably like one of my few complaints on this car. Really is just, you know, you put it in sport sharp mode, but then you lose all your pedal modulation.
Yeah, that's your tip-in point. It becomes an on-off switch.
That's right, exactly. All right. Well, I think that's about all we have to say on the 2018 STI. We've had a pretty good drive in this. I think
these are good roads.
Yeah, they are. This is a great road, and it's really in good shape right now. Sometimes they lay down gravel on the sides to, like, I don't know why, but maybe to keep the speeds down and stuff too. But right now it's in really good shape. Let's find a place to pull off here, and I shall hand you back the keys to the STI.
Perfect.
Cool, man. Well, hey, thanks for letting me do a drive in this today.
Oh, no problem.
Check out Wesley's article in the description. I'll put a link in there. And check out Auto Week, too, for more stuff on cars. You guys do a lot of racing coverage and car reviews and
a little bit of everything.
Yeah, a little bit of everything. Sweet. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next one.
Later, YouTube. Hell yeah.
Awesome.
Hopefully that wasn't too bad.
No, that was great, man. Yes.